Hello, everyone, and welcome to week 4. I hope that you are having a wonderful week, that you're feeling that your writing is coming along well, and that you're enjoying all of the lessons so far. This week, I want to share with you some helpful tips on building your essay. Now, I know you've been seeing several different pieces of your essay starting to develop with your thesis statement, with your topic sentence, and now with your body paragraphs that we're starting on. But I feel like it would be helpful for you to see the finished outcome that we're going for. Rather than seeing all of these individual pieces, sometimes it's very helpful to see the end goal or the end result. So I put together a sample essay, an example, if you will, to just help you get an idea of what we're going for in the end. So let's go ahead and look at that together. Right here, you can see I have formatted this double space, and that's just because it is easiest for me to give you good feedback on your papers if you do that in double space. And the rest of this formatting is actually a standard style called MLA style. It's not required for you to do this kind of formatting at this point, but it will be in the future as you move forward with your studies and get into more in-depth writing assignments. So if you'd like to, go ahead and start adopting this as a style for your writing. It will give you a leg up as you move forward. Though it's not required at this point, I do recommend it, and I actually find it easiest to write and organize my thoughts in this kind of a format. So if you feel up to the challenge, go ahead and try this. Now let's talk a little bit about the content. Right here, you can see I have gone ahead and highlighted some of this for you. Now I start off with a title right here that kind of points you to the direction of where I'm going to take my paper. And then I have a topic sentence right here. It says, of all the invitations we will ever extend, the most important one is to the Holy Ghost. So that lets you know what I'm going to be talking about, and I lead you right into my thesis statement right here in blue. By praying often, we are best able to invite the Spirit, who will not only strengthen and comfort us, but enlighten us as well. Now, immediately following that, I go into a body paragraph where I have another topic sentence, the topic for this paragraph, which is the times when I have felt closest to God and have felt the power of the Holy Ghost most strongly have been when I knelt in earnest prayer. So see how this topic sentence is pointing back to that thesis? That's because every subsequent paragraph in your paper should serve to support this thesis statement. And all of this green that you're seeing here, that is my support. And remember, we do want to have two different kinds of support. So right here, I'm using personal experience, and then I'm calling on an expert's opinion, like right here with President Eyring's quote on the power of prayer and what it can do in your life. Now, as we move on, you'll see right here at the end, the support continues, and then the concluding sentence of the entire essay is going right back to that initial thesis or claim. Now you want to leave with kind of the same point that you're making in your thesis, but you want it to be in a unique and impactful way. You don't want it to just be a copy and paste of your thesis statement. So for example, here I said, as I pray for His companionship as a regular part of my studies, I know that my mind will be opened and my capacity to learn and grow will be expanded. So, to review, we've got the topic sentences, we've got our support, we've got that thesis that is once again echoed in the conclusion. Hopefully this is helping you see how all of these pieces are going to come together and how they fit together kind of like a little puzzle to make the whole picture and to make everything sound and well structured. Now I do have a few tips for you. First, remember to use your topic sentences at the start of your paragraph. It shouldn't really be buried. You do want to have a hook, but that topic sentence should be the first sentence in the paragraph. Now, your thesis should be specific and arguable. You need to say the best way to do something is this, because if you just say one way to do this is this, then, well, sure, of course it could be one way, but you want this to be a little bit more arguable and specific. You want a narrow scope because that will make the rest of your paper easier to write as it will support that specific point. Now, You want to be sure that you're using two different kinds of support. As I mentioned before, perhaps you're calling on an expert's opinion and using a quote and then combining that with your own personal experience. You can also use facts and statistics, things like this that will support your claim. Next, your concluding sentences should always point back to your original thesis statement. So just like we spoke about earlier, how this blue matches the thesis statement, you want to always point the end of your paragraph back to that thesis statement to show this is my support and this is what it means. You want to tie it back. Next, review the assignment description and check to make sure that you've met all the requirements before submitting your paper. It is always a good idea to do this. You want to take your assignment and go back to the very first description that you got of it. Perhaps review the rubric even to make sure that you have all of the elements that you need and that you've covered all of your bases and everything is as good to go as possible. As you do these things, you will be more effective as a writer and you will subsequently have a better grade, which I'm sure you're excited about. Now, a final thing to share with you, I actually took my spiritual thought for this week from that paper. And I encourage you to go ahead and read that if you get a chance. It will be instructive for you as it shows you what you can be doing with your writing, but hopefully it'll also have a good message that'll be spiritually uplifting. The quote I want to share from it is this: "It takes the prayer of faith to bring the companionship of the Holy Ghost. That faith has to be that God the Father, the creator of all things, lives and wants us to have the Holy Ghost and wants to send us the Comforter." I truly believe this. I know that the power of the Holy Ghost is a beautiful gift that has been given to us, and that as we live to have that companionship, we'll be more effective in every aspect of our lives. And I hope that as you're doing your studies, you're starting with prayer, because prayer is the best way I have found to invite the Spirit into my life. So I encourage you and challenge you this week to sit down and start with just a brief prayer every time you sit down to work on your pathway, homework, or studies. Go ahead and start off with that prayer. Invite the Spirit to help you and just see. Go ahead and try and see how strengthened you are and how improved your learning experience is. I hope that you'll do these things, and I hope that you have a wonderful week. I look forward to hearing from you, and I look forward to seeing your papers and your first finished paper of the semester. It's so exciting. So good luck with this. I hope it's been instructive for you and will help you as you move forward. Thanks for watching.